So, somebody reminded me of a police ride along that I did when I was blogging back. I guess it was about no, it could about 8 years ago, maybe. Yeah, she's about to be two. So about 8 years ago, I did a police ride along, and I went on Friday 13th, and it was Friday 13th in October or September. So it was expected to be a wild and crazy night, but it wasn't. And it was like boring as fuck. I think I started about 8 or 9, and I ended up sitting in the car with him for 4 hours. This was the worst shit in the world. I was like, my legs hurt, my back hurt, my neck hurt. Like we just sat and rode around. And it was after a lot of police shootings, and I was like, I just want to ride with somebody that I feel like is in a tough position, but you just want the same thing that we want. And so I got with Officer Blue, and we rode around, and I got to know him. Like I'm not big on police, having conversation with police, but I don't run from them either. But we had a nice conversation, and he told me, he was like, at the end of the night, we just want to go home to our families just like everybody else. And I was like, wow, I could feel that. So a lot of times, like he would pull somebody over. He pulled somebody over. I can't remember what it was. And he was like, I didn't give him a ticket because I understand he's just trying to feed his family. He just leaving work. He didn't realize the light was off, or whatever he did. I can't remember. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I like that. And then it was some guys we pulled up on across the street from this little hole in the wall club, and he saw them doing something, and I'm still be trying to duck down because I don't want nobody to think that I had anything to do with anything. I was just writing a story. And so he found some Mary Jane on them, and he said, what do you think I should do? I was like, I don't know. He weighed it, and it was really nothing, but he was like, I'ma just ask them to throw it away. I ain't gonna even trip off of it. I ain't gonna give them a hard night. I was like, that's pretty cool of you. That's dope. I appreciate that. Just seeing that side of, like, I ain't trying to hassle everybody. And we had went to the project. And he was telling me, dangerous and stuff. And so he got out and he did something, and he got back in. He said, now what would you do if they had a jump to me, or if they had to start doing such and such? I was like, call the police. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I ain't trying to, I'm gonna call the police. Hello? Like, okay. Or run the other way. I don't know. What are you expecting? But it was so cool. We rolled back around to back to the same part, and where they had the hole in the wall, and it was him and a couple of other police officers, and they were white. Officer Blue was black. They were white police, and they were just cool. Like, we were chatting, and they were saying the same thing. We just want to go home at the end of the night. We don't want no trouble. We don't want no smoke. Now, I have seen both sides, so I'm not going to sit and say that all of them are perfect, but all of them are bad. But it does take one bad one to spoil a whole bunch. But that's just like, it only take one bad woman to spoil a bunch for all of them. Only take one bad man, one black. It just take one, and you like, fuck them all. But there were several times that he could have been an asshole. All of them, and they were like, we ain't tripping. Like, they ain't hurting nobody, or they just doing this or that. It was really cool to see both sides. And I remember the reason why I went on the police ride. We had a really violent crime happened the year before. So was it the year before or the same year? It might have been the same year. And I introduced myself to the chief of police, and he asked me if I wanted to be a police. I said, I'm the wrong person to be a police. Me, the wrong person. I freaking love donuts, so the stereotype would be true. I'm not running, so I am going to not chase, not pursue. I hate driving. You don't want me. And I said, but I do want to see what it's like, from their side, like on their side, when we looking from our side, what we see. Because I told them, this is what I told them. I'm the same person in front of the police, in front of the judge, in front of the Obamas, in front of the president right now, whatever his name is. I ain't going to change. So this is what I told them. I said, y'all put me up, I'm going to put my hands in the air and be like, I ain't got nothing, I ain't did nothing, I'm cool. And they were like, why? And I was like, well, so you don't know. I don't want no smoke. And they was like, but that's you don't have to do that. If you ain't doing anything wrong, you don't have to do all that. And I was like, you're right, but we scared. I'm not gonna lie, we're afraid. So if you pull us over, we're gonna be like, hey, I just came from this. We'll probably tell you the truth. Like, I got a half a bag with me. I had 4 mimosas. I dropped 6 girlfriends up. Like, we'll probably tell you the truth because you're gonna know anyway. And so they were like, well, what do you do? I said, I am a law-abiding citizen. I told every last one of them that, like, I do what the fuck I'm supposed to. And they was like, well, how fast do you go? I said, I go my 10 miles over. They were like, you don't get any miles over. I was like, yes, it's in the driver's license book. They give you 5 or 10 miles over. They was like, you don't. So that's what they had said in the driver's license book. But I read the book so long ago. I don't even remember. They might have changed it and pushed it down. Sometimes when they change them laws, July the 1st, we be too busy buying firecrackers and outfits, so we don't even be paying attention to what the laws be done changed. Even though we not even supposed to be celebrating the 4th of July, we supposed to be celebrating the Juneteenth. But I celebrate them both because I like firecrackers. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. But we're gonna get back to the police right along. So the thing that made me think about the police was something came up that said, what don't you date? Like, what profession do you not date? It was on Instagram. And a lot of people kept saying military and police. And I agreed with them, military and police. And so when somebody hit me up that said he was a police officer, the first thing I was thinking was, we don't date them. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, what if somebody said, well, we don't date brown girls? I mean, it's possible, but we don't really give up. But anyway, just thinking of somebody having empathy the way I do, I just hope that he makes it home every night. Just like everybody that's responsible for somebody else, because we don't think about it, because even the EMTs, they put their life on the line. So we hope that they make it home at night. The firemen, we hope they make it home at night. The city workers, the insurance adjusters, like, we just hope that everybody makes it home at night to their family. And that's a part of being human. Ain't got nothing to do with no color, no race, no economics. It's just being human. We just hope that our loved ones make it home every night, no matter what they do, no matter what their job is. Like we know in the world that we're living in that it's a blessing to make it from your front door back to your front door. It's a blessing to make it around the corner and back. It's a blessing to go down the street. It's a blessing to be able to just be a blessing. And it's a lot of people who put their lives on the line so that we can enjoy those amenities, those luxuries, and we don't really give enough credit to, oh, this is possible because such and such and such and such. I always think about the shoulders in which I stand. Like, my grandmother crawled so my mama could walk, so that I can run, and that my kids can fly. So we all are on somebody's shoulder. We all stand upon somebody's shoulder. And it's crazy to think that all of that can be wiped out in a minute because somebody was having a bad day. Or it could be gone in the split second. Or you didn't get to say I love you, or you didn't get to say I'm sorry, or I miss you, or you didn't get to say all of the things that you wish that you would have said to that person. But you did wish that they would make it home safe that night. For anybody, for everybody. Even when you mad at them, you be like, look, I don't even like them, but I hope he get home so I can get my child support check, or whatever the case may be. You don't wish harm on nobody, because we all know that it comes back around. Karma has a way of spinning the block. Y'all talking about everybody spinning the block. Karma spins the block. She don't forget. You might forget the ex. The ex might forget you. He might get married. All this kind of thing might spin the block. You know it ain't gonna work. Might spin the block. Get a baby. You don't know. Karma spins the block no matter what. And she don't miss. She does not miss. She's upset. Y'all be easy. And think about if it was your loved one. Wouldn't you want them to make it home at the end of the day, just like everybody else? It's my wish.